Welcome, ASUN fans, to another edition of our Lunchbox series. I have a very special guest joining me here today, Erica Turner, a goalkeeper for Queen's University. Erica, I appreciate you joining me here today.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to be here.
So one thing I noticed right off the bat, also studying your background, you're originally from Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah.
So that obviously takes me into my first question. How do you get from Dublin to Charlotte, North Carolina?
I was just kind of playing and planning on going to college at home, and things didn't work out for me back there. So I kind of looked towards the States, and then people reached out. I was playing with the underage Irish team at the time, so I was kind of floating around Europe. So I think that's where I got noticed, and then I was getting in contacts and stuff. So that's how I found it. Charlotte found me, and then I fell in love with Charlotte. So that's why I ended up here.
What so far, you've played at Queens now a couple of years. What has been the biggest difference in environment playing soccer in Europe versus in the States?
I think fitness is a big difference. I think if you talk to a lot of Europeans, the fitness is different over here. I feel like they focus a lot on technical ability at home, and over here it's like fitness, 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 fitness. So that was definitely a big game changer for me.
And why is that? Why is it so different and so fitness centric here in the States?
I think the game over here is so physical and fast and intense at home. Like you can play 90 minutes and probably not make a sub, get away with it. But over here, these poor girls, they need substitutes on the wing. Like it's crazy. So I think that's just the difference. It's just the intensity and speed and strength.
Well, outside of just the field, just moving here and now having lived there a few years, what's been the biggest culture shock for you?
Probably the food, to be honest. Yeah,
Okay.
like adjusting to not so like Ireland's so small, everything's so fresh. Like the bread, I don't know what it is. The bread for me over here just doesn't do it for me whatsoever. I can't eat it. Like it's not fresh. I think that's probably the biggest culture shock for me.
The bread's not as fresh as it is in
No,
Ireland. Okay. So you just flat out won't eat it.
no, I try to avoid it, and they keep trying to give me sandwiches, and I just can't do it.
What's some other foods that maybe might be better here or might be better there?
Um, I'm not. There's just so many options here because at home we don't have like Mexican food. I like we just don't have it. It's like I think there's maybe one Mexican in the whole of Dublin, and over here I love like Chipotle. I love Chipotle, so that's probably the best thing I've been introduced to.
Now, something I've heard about, and maybe you can tell me more about this. What can you tell me about hurling?
Oh,
Because I hear it every once in a while. It's a very popular sport over there. What is hurling exactly?
hurling. I'm not even sure. It's like a mixture between like football, rugby, baseball. Like you play with a stick. It's called a hurl, and you play that with a stick. You hit a tiny little hard ball, and you have to get it between like the two posts and into the goal. So whatever you're feeling, you can go for it. But it's very confusing. And I know one of my friends visited. She went to see it, and she was like, I don't know what's going on. It's crazy.
Okay, so but is this something that you know the rules to? Have you played this before?
Yeah, we in Ireland, like you grow up, you like get a chance to play it in school, and you have to wear a helmet with like a metal like cage in front of your face. Like it's yeah, there's a lot going on.
Why is it so popular over there?
I don't know. I think it's just where like it originated in Ireland, so it's like you grow up playing it. Like I don't think anywhere in like world plays it except for Ireland. So we're very cultured at home. We try to stick to our own things.
Are there some sayings or some phrases that you might use here that your teammates might not understand, or the same thing for on the other side, vice versa, that they say some stuff that you might not understand?
So I didn't realize it was an issue until I came here, but it's the way I say tree, like the number tree.
Three, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the number tree. I don't pronounce the THs in ting. So when I came over and I tried to say fell tro, no one knew what I was talking about. I was like, what is no one understanding me? So that's the fan favorite. Or like thunder, like it's the THs gets everyone. That's for me. But some of the stuff the girls say, I don't know what they like. They say like bet, like period, like yes, like I don't get it like at all.
I think the second part of that answer might be the best part. The
Yeah.
bet period.
No, it's
Yeah,
a
that's
period. I'm like, I what period what? Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
well, talking about your performances on the field, talking about playing the position of goalkeeper. First of all, how did you decide that that was what you wanted to play?
I didn't really decide actually. My dad was my coach at the time, and he said that he couldn't put anybody else in. without him he just kind of forced me in, to be honest. And then I stayed there. I was brave and ready to get to. He was like, "Oh, you're actually good at this." So that's how I ended up staying. And I'm quite tall, like you probably don't. I'm not sure if you know that, but I wasn't tall at the time, but now I am tall, so it worked out well.
Is this also something that has been an acquired taste for you? Have you grown to love it as the more that you play it?
Yeah, I feel like once you're a goalkeeper, you have to be fully committed, or you won't make it very far. It's you have to be a bit crazy to me.
Why is that? Why do you have to be a little bit crazy?
I mean, you're getting balls hit at you like left, right, and center. You have to jump in front of the balls, jump a feet. Like if you're not, I think if you're not a little bit crazy, like you're in the wrong place.
Okay, that's a perfect explanation. What are some difficulties of playing goalkeeper that some people might not think about?
I think goalkeeping, it's quite a lonely position. Like obviously you're on the field, you're by yourself most of the time, and you're kind of just trying to like make sure everyone else is doing their own job. Like I feel like there's a lot of pressure on us to take care of what everyone else is doing, to keep people switched on when they're like to in I think it's hard to constantly be concentrate on what's going on. And I know if I let a goal in, no matter if it's the top corner, the bottom corner, I'll always blame myself for it. I'll always find a reason as why I should have saved it. So I think the mental part of goalkeeping is the toughest, I'd say.
And now being just one day away from game day, not only is it the start of the season, the start of kickoff, but also the first time you guys are in D1 competition. How are you feeling today?
I'm very excited. I'm quite a relaxed person, especially when it comes to football. I just love playing the game. So wherever I'll take it. But this is a really big challenge for us, and we know that it's a big challenge for quite well at D2 level. But I'm hoping that D1, like I can do just as good, like much of an impact, especially for my team, because I feel like it's quite an important position when you're back there.
So you already just mentioned that you're kind of a relaxed person. What are some hobbies? What do you do to relax when you get off the field?
I love Netflix. I love lying in bed. I'm not sure if that's a hobby, but lying in bed, watching Netflix, watching HBO, anything to do with watching TV. I love TV series, movies. That's what I do to relax. And I mean, I love hanging out with my teammates. Like they're my friends here. So like we literally are never alone. So I feel like that's kind of my hobby, going for food and stuff. I love doing that.
What is something that people might not know about you? A random fact or something that you'd like for people to know?
I love nature documentaries. That's like I have box sets at home full of nature documentaries. I do study biology, so maybe that's not much of a surprise, but I do. David Attenborough is my king, and my mum bought me box sets when I was a kid, like, and I would sit and watch them for hours.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite nature documentary? What's that about?
I love Frozen Planet, obviously, the penguins marching. I love watching all that stuff, and then crying over the sick polar bears is usually what happens at the end of them. So definitely them.
Okay. Well, again, what kind of got you into those? You said your mom got a lot of them as you were a kid and you just grew up watching them.
I'm not sure. I think like she got them because I was already interested. I love animals, and then I don't know. I used to just watch nature documentaries on TV. It would just come on, and I'd be stuck into it. So she was like, "Oh, this is great." So it would keep me occupied for hours.
If you weren't a soccer player, what would be your dream job? I feel like nature seems like that's probably in there somewhere.
Probably, I would love to work at like a nature like sanctuary for animals, especially elephants. They're my favorite animal. I'd love to like rehabilitate animals and stuff. That's the dream, and try and save some endangered species. That would be the dream.
Okay, Erica. Well, I got one last question for you, and this one's all up to you. Do you have any thank yous, any shout outs that you want to have for anyone out there watching?
I want to shout out to my mom and dad, obviously, all my family back in Ireland, and my friends, my hometown of Sallynoggin, because they voted for me for the fan vote. So I think that was all them. I don't know who else voted, but that's it really.
Absolutely. Our fan vote winner, Erica. I appreciate you joining me today. We fought through some technical difficulties, some Wi-Fi problems, but we got it done. I appreciate you talking with me today. Best of luck in the future.
Thank you.